Alright, good day. My name is Francis Uzo from Digital School Software. I want to show you or take you through the process of setting up an online class for your school so that your students will be able to receive lectures directly from their teachers, and then the teachers can give them live video tutorials. And then I'm going to be using my personal website to show you the whole process. So everything that I'm going to show you on this my personal website is also going to be obtainable in your school's website. And so if you look at my personal website, you're going to see home profile, what I do, resources, blog, event, contact me. They are going to see online class. That is where your students are going to click to be able to join your online class. But before we talk about how the students will join, we are going to be talking about how the school can set it up so that the students will be able to join from here. So if you open your school's website, let's say www.whateveisyourskoolname.com or .com.ng or whatever is the website address of your school, let's say solidbaseprivateschool.com or excelcollege.com. So like mine is francisuzo.com. So at that .com, you are going to have something like /wp-login.php. If you click on it, it's going to bring you, because not everybody should have access to this part. So it's going to be only for the school administrator or for the school's ICT personnel. So because I'm the administrator to my personal website, I'll enter my username and my password, and then I'll log in. As soon as I log in, it's going to bring me to the back end of this place. I'm going to see Zoom meeting. This Zoom must have been installed in your school's portal or the back end. Once I click on Zoom meeting, I'll see all meetings, add new meeting. All meetings has to talk about all the online meetings or online classes that has already been set up. So you can now choose which one you want. Let's assume we are going to have 5 lectures today, maths, English, chemistry, as the case may be. So if you click on it, and they are going to be coming up at different times. So if you click on all meetings, you are going to see all the available meetings that may have been scheduled. Like we have here, test meeting 1, test meeting, meet Francis. So these are different meetings that have been set up already, so that when the time comes for the meeting, I can just come to this place and then activate the meeting. But I'm going to take you through the process of setting a new meeting for your students. So let's assume I'm going to be teaching mathematics. So I'm going to click on add new. Once I click on add new meeting, I'm going to enter mathematics, which is the class I'm going to be teaching, mathematics JSS 1. Then I'll scroll up. It will say meeting hosts. Select a host. I'm going to choose Francis. I'm the one hosting this meeting. If it were to be your teachers, all the teachers must have been registered on the back end. So you put the name of the teacher who is supposed to be hosting that particular lecture. So this is me, Francis. There it says start date /time. I want to set up the date I want to have this particular class or the meeting. I'll select today's date. Then I'll select the time, 15:30. That is 15:30 is 3:30 in the afternoon. I'll select the time zone. The time zone I'll always select is going to be West African time, West Central Africa. Then duration, how long do I want the meeting to last? I'm going to set like 40 minutes. For this particular online class, the maximum time we spend is 40 minutes. Then it says join before hosts, no. Start video when hosts join, yes. Start video when participants join, yes. That is to say, when my students join my online class, as this meeting is, I can host about 100 people at the same time. So if you have 100 students in your class for this mathematics class, all of them can join the meeting and they can see me deliver my lectures live from this platform. So it will start their video automatically when they join. Then mute participants when entering the class. Yes, I'm going to mute them. If not, as they are joining, as they talk, it's going to be interfering with me that is giving the lecture. If I want my lecture to be recorded, I'm going to say record local or record on the cloud. But I don't want this particular lecture to be recorded. I'll just leave it. Then, once I do all this, alternative host, I don't have any alternative host. I'm the one that is hosting the meeting. Then I'll say publish meeting. The moment I click on publish meeting, if you scroll down, you will see a short code. Automatically, a particular code has been generated for this meeting. If I click on this code, it will tell me that the code has been copied to my clipboard. I'll say OK. So this meeting now has been created. The time for this meeting has been set, and I'll get to see this meeting under my all meetings. I'll see this meeting here. You'll see the meeting called Mathematics JSS1. So that when it will be time for that meeting, I will just come to view. If I scroll down, because I'm the one that set up the meeting, you see the time I show me, it's remaining 14 minutes 20 seconds for the meeting to start. So when it's time for the meeting and I'm ready for the meeting, I will see start meeting. The moment I click on start meeting, it means this meeting or the class is ready. Once the class is ready, my students will be able to come to online class. If they click on online class, they will be able to see something like this. They will see the title of the meeting or what have you. Then, okay, let me set up the page where my students will be able to attend this particular meeting. Remember, I've set up my meeting. The next thing I need to do is to set up where the students will be able to view or they'll be able to join my meeting. So if I come to my pages, that particular page that is called online class, you remember that when this meeting was created, I had a short code. Let me show you the short code again. Under all meetings, I'll open up my mathematics class. I'll click on edit. Look at my short code. I'll copy this short code. Then I'll go to all pages, still from my back end. I'll have online class. Where is the page called online class? Okay, in mine I called it Meet Francis, so it's the same thing. I'll come to this page, I'll paste that code. You see the page title? Then I'll paste it. I'll say updates or publish, anything you see there. The moment I do it, so if I have started the meeting, for example, and my students click on online class, for instance, it will bring them to this page, this online class. For me, I called it Meet with Francis or Meet Francis. Then I have, they will see join via Zoom app. Okay, look at the details. This is the meeting ID. Because when they join, their system or their phone will tell them to will request for the ID of this meeting. Then they will enter this ID. This is the class. Meeting status, waiting. It's waiting because I have not started the meeting. I set up the meeting to be by 3:30. As soon as I start it, the students from their own side, they are going to be seeing started. Look at the start date and start time, 3:30 p.m., time zone, duration of this meeting. Then they are going to see join via Zoom app. Join via Zoom app. if they have the Zoom application, they will join, or join via browser. But at the moment they cannot join because I have not started the meeting. I hope it's clear. Okay, I'm now going to take you to the process of starting the meeting, as the case may be. So if I want to start my meeting, I'll go back to my dashboard. I'll come to all meetings. When I come to all meetings, I'll click on view. When I click on the view meeting, the meeting for that particular, you see the mathematics GSS1 is about opening. I can actually start up the meeting even before the time, so I can now say start meeting. I can say start meeting. It will say Zoom app. It's trying to launch my Zoom application. It's trying to connect me so that the meeting will start. Alright, say join with computer audio. You can see that it has started the meeting for me now. Let me start video. So the students will see me. Don't mind my camera. My camera is not too clear, but they will be seeing me as it is now. So if they want to join, all they would need to do is to go to the website. To my personal website. Let's say francisuzo.com. If it's your school's website, they will go there. Just hold on, I'm trying to join. They will see online class. Let me use my phone to join, as though my phone is a student. So I'll use my phone. Just watch what is going to happen. So if I scroll on my phone, I'll see online class. So the student can now join via the Zoom app. If he joins via the Zoom app, he enters into my class. I'll get a notification that he has joined. I'll get a notification that he has joined, and then I'll be able to carry out my lecture as it is. Look at the features of the Zoom. This is the place you can mute the audio so that the person will not be able to talk. You can stop the video. This is security. These are participants. I will look at all the people who have joined my meeting from this place. Then I can chat with my students. Whatever message I type, my students will be able to get it. If I want to share my screen, so let's assume I have a PowerPoint presentation I want to give. I must have opened my PowerPoint presentations. If I open my PowerPoint presentation, or whatever it is that is what I want to teach my students, I'll come to share screen, for example. On their share screen, I'll look at all the available screen that is there for me. I'll also see a whiteboard. I'll click on the whiteboard, for example, and I'll say share. All my students will be able to see this whiteboard. I can write a text on this whiteboard. I can say welcome to maths class. Then I'll start typing whatever I need to type for my students to be able to follow my lecture. All my students who have joined this lecture, they will be able to follow the lecture as the case may be. I can erase, I can select, draw, I can do whatever I need to do on this whiteboard. Then I can also, once I'm done on this whiteboard, I'll say stop share. But if I have another screen, maybe I want to show them something. Okay, let me open something on my, let me open a PowerPoint presentation, because it is always good that the teachers must have prepared their lectures maybe in PowerPoint. Let me open a presentation, and let me open a PowerPoint presentation. So let's assume that I'm teaching a particular subject and I have it on PowerPoint, and it will just open. My PowerPoint presentation will show like this. Then on my Zoom, so if I click on share, I'll see my presentation here, this PowerPoint. I'll click on the presentation and I'll say share. So my students will be able to see the presentation as it is going. So as I move from one slide to the other, I'll be explaining what I'm doing, and my students will be following my lecture from the comfort of their home. The Zoom application is very powerful. I can decide to record this lecture, and I can also decide to get whatever. So when I'm done for my lecture, at the end of my lecture, if students have a question, they will click on chat, they will send me a message. Once they send me a message, I'll get the message, I'll reply them, and so on and so forth. They can also put on their earpiece and watch me as I talk, listen to me, and they can also communicate with me. Once I'm done, I'll click on end meeting. End meeting for all. If I'm leaving the meeting, I can leave, but I want to end my meeting. You can see that my meeting has been ended. So this is how you set up your Zoom meeting and have what we call an interactive lecture.